Hi, everybody. I I love the life reminders. When we get to have conversations with people, there's just things that we remember. And sometimes we are not kind to ourselves, and sometimes we're not kind to other people. And one of the biggest things that I really, really want to today's life reminder is about apologies and I'm sorries. And I Googled how to spell I'm sorries because we know I can't spell very well, but it's a fun word to kind of look at. There's some people say it's not a noun, so it doesn't need a plural. Some people say it's SORIES. Some people say it's YS. There's all kinds of things. And it's definitely just a space to look at. But I want to talk about how they're not necessary all the time. You can full on apologize to a client and say, "Hey, I do apologize. This is the situation that came up, and I need to change this," or apologize to a friend. "Hey, I apologize. I am not feeling well, and I'm just not going to make it." But saying, "I'm sorry," after you apologize and saying, "I'm sorry," again, and saying, "I'm sorry," again, that's trauma. Look, guys, that is trauma, mama trauma drama. Um, the first time that you make that, "Hey, I apologize, this needs to shift." That's it. That's all. People know what you're saying, they hear you, and they understand that there's a situation going on. To continuously follow up with "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry," you're not in trouble. You did not do anything wrong. There's no guilt. There and if somebody is making it to where you feel that that is the response that you need to give them, please reevaluate that relationship. Reevaluate why you think you need to say sorry 100 times in a conversation. I am a brand new client for a nail person, which if you see my nails, I chew them horribly. So I used to pay to get them done, and I have not done that for myself. I have not taken the time to have a self-care of something that really makes me feel whole, perfect, and amazing. Like I love when my nails are one because I don't chew them, and two, because it just looks really nice. And so I'm her new client, and she had this thing come up, and she sent me a full message of, "Hey, I'm sorry, I have to reschedule this," and she gave me the situation of what is happening has occurred. And one, it was a phenomenal opportunity for her child and herself. So I was so grateful that, yeah, she had the time, go for it. But she kept following it up with, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." And I was like, and I want to read what I said to her, because I want to read this because I think everybody needs to hear this statement. Um, Let me find my chat with her. I said, and whether I'm a business accountability coach or whether I am a friend of many people, right? I said I'm a business accountability coach because in instance, she's apologizing to a client for having to reschedule. And let me remind you guys, I shattered my knee. I have spent 3 months rescheduling with clients. And I mean 5 minutes before the meeting because I took a nap and could not cognitively wake up and was sending a text like, "I can't show up." So I want you to understand, like, there is meaning and understanding in what I'm going to say. I'm a business accountability coach, and I always remind my clients that if you are not accomplishing something, it's most likely because you are accomplishing something else. And family care is way more important than client care. Self care is way more important than client care. And I think people don't understand that. People think and I paid her on I don't I wanted the money out of my account. I literally paid her and I tipped her on, like, last week because I needed my self-care. I needed something for myself that I am looking forward to, that I am excited about. So I've already paid. And I can understand that as a business owner who is has a new client and is doing something, her rescheduling, knowing she has my money, knowing that she has, I kind of placated a little bit and she came back. I was like, yeah, let's do it. We set it up and there's a little schedule changes. We made everything work. So there's been things around making the appointment. And then to come in and say, oh my gosh, I have to reschedule, and she didn't, like, give me 24 hours. It was this morning. This amazing thing happened for her and her son this morning. And I was grateful that I was able to give that time back to them. And I don't think that many people as clients give that grace. And I'm glad that I was able to give that grace because my clients, when I shattered my tibia, they gave me so much grace around Brittany's not showing up today. We haven't heard from her. The meds are keeping her out. Like, I was able to return the grace. But here's the thing. When she can't accomplish my nails, which was scheduled for like right about now, when she couldn't accomplish that, she's accomplishing family care. She's accomplishing stuff for her son. She's accomplishing growth in the space of what they needed. And I'm that's way more of accomplishment than me getting my nails done. Could I look fabulous here? Yes. Is that my self-care that I need? Yes. But I'm gonna get it tomorrow. And she is one example of other people in my life who are in situations where this situation takes precedence over what happens. Is it important to show up and be the best that you can be? Yes. Is it important to show up and look like you want to be there? Of course it is. But if you can't show up and look like you want to be there, if you can't show up because there is stuff in the background happening, then don't show up. Send a message. Hey, I have this. I apologize, but it takes precedence. Let's reschedule. Let's reevaluate this. Apologies and I'm sorry's apologies are huge, but it's a one-time thing. You make an apology, you fix the situation, and you move forward. I'm sorry's tend to be an everlasting conversation that people think they have to say. They think that built inside of this world, if you are switching gears or you're doing something different or you're don't apologize for who you are, don't apologize for your children, and do not, I mean, okay, apologize if your children are acting a fool. Great, say, "Hey, I'm sorry, let me manage this." But don't apologize for kids having fun at the park that are interrupting people who are trying to be adults. Like, let's be honest. Um, don't apologize or say you're sorry or repeat that you're sorry. We heard it the first time and we got it. And if we didn't get it and we're holding something over your head about a situation, then we are not the right people for you. And I want you to hear that. Today in New Reality, we had this conversation about safe spaces. As a business owner, I I network, and that is my safe space. Um, I don't get to talk to my family about my business. I don't get to talk to my partners about my business. I don't have those spaces. I get to talk to my friends about it, and I get to talk to the people that I network with. But I don't talk to other people about my business, because they're not a safe space. And it's not because they're not happy for me or it's because there's a box that they expect me to be in. There's a corporate world that they would love for me to be in. There's a viewpoint of what I could do to make my life amazing and phenomenal. And my business doesn't fit into that box. But I fit into the box of my business. And my business and I grow and expand and do amazing things. So when I'm talking about my accomplishments or my achievements, or when I'm even talking about the things that are holding me back, I go to the safe spaces. Learn where your safe spaces are. Don't always say you're sorry. Apologize, and the party should move on. Move forward. That is the whole point of an apology. Hey, I'm sorry this didn't align well. I have to reschedule for this. I can't wake up. I do apologize. Let's let's reschedule. Let's move forward. And after that, any sorries that you are giving or repeating, it either is making you feel better because you're apologizing and I'm sorry, I said I was sorry, I said I was sorry, or you're dealing with traumas of, I said I was sorry. I really mean that I'm sorry. I really mean that this was an accident and I really mean that this just isn't right. And I really mean that we just need to fix this. That turmoil is not needed. And if you have a space that is unsafe where you feel that you have to anxiously apologize and apologize and apologize, one of the people I network with, don't apologize for existing. Don't apologize for existing. You get to be every bit of who you are as you are. The I'm sorries are not needed. The initial apology, great, yes. Keep it, use it. It's kind, it's polite, and it's refreshing. But the follow up I'm sorries, they're not needed because you're whole, perfect, and complete. And your reasoning for moving or changing or shifting or not doing, just not even doing it, is whole, perfect, and complete. You don't have to. And you don't have to feel bad because you couldn't. And because I have a friend that is actually on my screensaver, she's looking right at me from our concert photos. She's in a position right now where she is taking care of family, and the other family has put a lot on her shoulders. None of them are stepping up. None of them are paying her rent for going and taking care of her family. None of them are helping. So when she took the stand and said, I have to pay my rent, I have to work, I cannot do this, not to the extent of what you want me to, she feels guilty, but she shouldn't have to. People made her space unsafe, so she had to feel guilty about that. And that is unfair. It is unfair to put those kind of expectations on people. It is unfair to require that after somebody tells you, this does not work for me, I cannot do it, that they have to be guilty and say sorry and apologize over and over again because there's no reason for it. A situation changed due to a different situation or due to the fact that I don't want to, and that is plenty. And if you cannot support somebody in that shift or in that change, then I don't know what you're doing. Be safe. Be a good place for people to go. Keep people happy and healthy. Allow them to know that they do not have to apologize for making a change. Embrace the change. Give them gratitude. If they are not accomplishing going out on a Friday night with you, they're probably accomplishing self-care or self-loathing. I will there's been a few times I've self-loathed, instead of going out. But they accomplished something. Whether it was what you wanted them to accomplish or not, it was what they in that moment wanted or needed or just only had the juice to do. So apologies and I'm sorries are great, but only needed once. You don't need them longer than that. And I just hope that everybody understands that meaning and reevaluates who are you apologizing to for why and how many times? Because if they are not a safe space to where you only need to say it once, then they are not a safe space. And I really hope that you can find a safe space that helps you get away from that. And I really, really hope that all of the safe spaces around you continuously remind you to not tell them sorry over and over again. Make that the new normal. When somebody apologizes and tries to get something fixed and apologizes again, give them I saw a meme. There's a I'm sorry jar and a swear jar, right? And the I'm sorry jar is fuller. Utilize the I'm sorry swear jar because it is not needed. You don't have to. There's no purpose in it. You already gave your explanation. And I hope that you all normalize that with your friends when they repeatedly tell you that they're sorry. But this has been a 16-minute live, and I adore all of you. It's a really great reminder. Apologies and I'm sorries. Apologize once. It's okay to feel a little guilty for having to redo something, but to have to repeat yourself and apologize over and over, it's not okay. Thank you all. Have a great day.